the new people to see that we all were sitting where you're sitting, and you're about to learn about something that is a breakthrough for mankind. Yes, there's an opportunity side of it, and I'm going to touch on that at the beginning just to kind of get through that, but there's a powerful opportunity because fact is 90% of people go through life struggling or settling. Would anybody disagree with that? Would anybody disagree?
No.
I mean, you can if you want to. But 90% of people do, struggling or settling with too little money is the obvious one, but too little time, freedom, and too little life satisfaction, right? What do people call Wednesday in the United States? Does anybody find that sad? Out of 7 days of the week, 5 are weekdays, and people are just trying to get through it to get to those 2 days. That's not life satisfaction. And they do it week after week, month after month, year after year, new decade, decade after decade. So there's a great opportunity here. My job is to focus on the product, but I'm going to give you an idea of the opportunity. Some of the guests here have already seen the product work, and you want to know more about, well, how can I stop settling or struggling? You help me with my health. Now I want to see if I can help with the rest of my life. Okay? So, for those of you who have not met Tyler and Burtis Norton, this is a very important video. I cannot tell the story. Tyler might tell part of the story when he comes up. They said no to a pharmaceutical buyout. If it was not for Tyler and Burtis Norton, this probably would have been buried by the pharmaceutical company that offered to buy it and the patents. And raise your, look, there may be people who work in the pharmaceutical industry, and that's fine. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but raise your hand if you think that the sole motivation of pharmaceutical companies is to help humanity. You know, 30 years ago, people would have said yes. 30 years ago, people would say, do you think your drinking water is really safe? Most people would say yes. But you know, if they had got their hands on this, and it's not a drug, it's created its own category of product, they probably would have buried it. Or, who knows how much it costs for a case of this product? How much is it? $130. Do you think if a pharmaceutical company got a hold of a breakthrough for mankind, patented, and put it through drug trials for $1 billion per issue, okay, so they're in the hole $1 billion, and then they market it for $1 billion. They're in the hole $2 billion before they come out the door. Do you think they would sell it for $130 a month? No. Did you know? I'm not going to ask who knows the price of Viagra, but do you? I know the price. I looked it up. Do you know it went off for Abe last year? It became generic last year. Do you know what Pfizer is charging for one Viagra pill? $80. So thank God that Burtis and Tyler said no to this buyout. And I will tell you that there's a video that everybody should watch, the ASEA Genesis video. Yes, please take a picture of that because this is why we are here. They had the integrity to say no to a buyout. And they didn't know how they were going to market it. Watch this video, it's 16 minutes. It's still probably the best video I've ever seen about this company. It was made, what, Tyler, 2012 that video was made? So that's the world headquarters. And how many people have been there? Raise your hand, right? Pretty amazing. And the production facilities down the street, I'll show you. But I like that. That's when they opened it a couple years ago. It says, welcome to ASEA. So I want to say one thing to you. Welcome to ASEA! So my background is gynecology and surgery. I sold my practice now. I love helping people. I love helping people. I went into medicine. The human body fascinates me. I didn't want to deal with life and death, so foot and ankle surgery was perfect for me. But I did not like the limitations that I had. Time, money, freedom, and managed care was kind of crushing medicine. And I wanted to go into medicine to help people and have a good lifestyle. I was helping people that didn't have a good lifestyle. Was introduced to network marketing, bad experience, and I was introduced again, better experience, which turned out to be a bad experience, and then I found somebody that did it right. And it's Burtis and Tyler Norton did this right. I was board certified in foot surgery for orthopedics, blah, blah, blah. I'm on the medical board of the company. I don't work for the company. It's a volunteer position. I started as a customer. My dad was very ill. He had a very bad issue with his prostate. We don't use medical terms. I'm just saying a body part. He had a very grave issue with his prostate. When Debbie Wetzler in the back of the room, thank God, brought this to me. I wasn't looking at the business. I was looking at it for health purposes. When I saw my dad's response and a few other people and myself, I said, I'm in. And my wife was not happy. My son Max is here, actually. He's an old associate. Max, stand up for a second, will you? I can't give Tyler credit for him. I have to credit myself. Anyway, my wife Wendy and I and Max and Brett, we were all very, very grateful. And I did turn my wife around about network marketing. And the day my wife turned around about this was, number one, there was money coming in. But besides that, she goes, I don't care. It was meeting Tyler's father, Bertus, in Cancun, it was Costa Rica, actually. And it said, David, you gotta do this. And I'm like, no kidding, I'm doing it already. It's nice to have the support. So there's 6 reasons why people take the time to be here on a Saturday. 6 reasons why people take the time to come to a webinar, take the time to watch a video, take the time to do anything out of their busy schedule. If they see what we're talking about as a possible solution to a problem they have, they're more likely to take their time out of their busy 24 hours to look at this. And here are the 6 reasons, the most common reasons. First 3 are the most common by far. You're here because you have a health issue, you want to see if it can help. Mike Wiener has a friend here who has a health issue, I know we just spoke. You could be here because someone you love. That's what I looked at when my father was sick. You could be here because you like what it does for an external agent. This is a cellular health product. It works on cells on the outside, which is skin, and the inside. So I used to use the word that this is the vanity reason, but I'm telling you, you show pictures to people, they're like, I want that. I don't care what you're saying, what it does for prostates and livers and kidneys. I don't want my wrinkles. Raise your hand if you like any more wrinkles every year. Somebody almost raised, Mike almost raised his hand. All right, so anti-aging benefits. What are the other benefits reasons people come to look at this? Athletic performance goes through the roof. We have Olympic gold medalists on this product. How many people have seen their energy go up on this product? Raise your hand. Athlete or not. Look, the same reason we have more energy is the same reason athletes break their records, right? Protecting your health. We can't claim this cures, heals, treats, prevents anything. So I'll just use the word protect. Who would like to protect their health as they get older? Okay, maybe that's your major reason. And the 6th reason, again, is not the motivator for most initially, but because people struggle or settle, it's the opportunity to have a better life. Because as I said, people are struggling with these are the big things people struggle with. And whatever brings you in this room to what we can say welcome to the SEA, whether it's your health, it's someone else's health, the anti-aging, the athletic performance, protecting your health, the opportunity. We have all these gifts in this room. We just want you in the room. Once you come, if you come in for wrinkles, you'll get the rest of it. You will. If you come in because you've got a blood sugar issue, you'll get the rest of it. And if you want to help us bring this to the world, we need your help. Because the 7th reason really is people don't want to make a difference. I mean, as a doctor, I felt like I was making a difference. Was I making as much of a difference as a brain surgeon? I don't think so. I wasn't killing anybody, though. I mean, there's always risk, but and there's nothing wrong with being an Uber driver or being an accountant or a real estate agent. We do all those things. But a lot of people go through life thinking, is there more? There's more that I can do in this world. I don't know what to do. And they generally will volunteer or donate money. With this, you can have a huge ripple effect that I couldn't have as a doctor. By the way, I told you I was going to talk fast, right? Okay. So, with this is powerful. When you know that this is real, you tell 10 people about this. You help them. You brought a gift to them and their family. What if they duplicated what you did and they each told 10 people each? How many people is that more than help? 100. What if those 100 duplicated and told 10 people? How many more is that? What if those 10,000 told 10 people? It's powerful. It's powerful. And the fact is the company pays you for all of that, which is If this product was sold on a store shelf and I found out what it did and I saw, I would tell everybody I knew about this, whether somebody was going to pay me or not. It's a powerful, powerful thing that we have here. So, whatever your reason is, we're glad that you're here. Okay. So, I told you I'm going to start with the opportunity side, just a slide here, and I'll show you average incomes at the end. I'm going to get into the product real quickly. Company's 10 years old. Network marketing companies, you know what percentage of them even survive to their 5th birthday? Less than how many? Yeah, very small amount. It's certainly less than 10% even make it to their 5th birthday. We're in our 10th year. That's the world headquarters above, and that's the FDA registered production facility. Thank you very much, Tyler. It's run by a highly experienced, conservative, and ethical management team. How many people were at leadership dinner last night? Did you stand up if you were at the leadership dinner? Give them a hand, please. We had an amazing dinner last night for leaders. It's for bronzes and above. So next time, we have it every time before we have a big event. Tyler was there, and there were a lot of tears in that room. And you know, the experienced part and the conservative part is phenomenal because that's brilliance. And they have no debt, they're very conservative, but it's the ethical part that is important to me. How many people have done network marketing before? Right? Raise your hand if you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. Raise your hand high if you've seen the ugly. There's no ugly here. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing that we're doing. And it's because of the people. So that second line was really important for me to put my reputation on the line. I could with the product, but who's running this company? They were profitable in the first year of business. They've increased revenue every year. They have no long-term debt. All the product is the Redox product of the world. I'll show you where it's shipped to. Is produced in that facility. If you go to amazingmolecules.com, there's a 5-minute video that'll take you through that facility. Go to amazingmolecules.com, and you'll see a 5-minute video there. Going through there. It takes 3.5 days to convert this product from its raw ingredients, which is sodium, chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen, which is what? Water. What do they give you when you go to the hospital when you get an IV? Why do they give you saline? So their cells are filled with. People say this is salt water. It ain't salt water. Double-blind studies, patents, and you'll see the numbers. And how could you sell salt water for 10 years and have this happen? It shipped to over 18, I think it's over 20 global distribution centers now. It's in over 30 markets around the world. US, Canada, Mexico, over 20 countries in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, 6 Asian markets. I just got back. I was there in March, and I was there in November, going back in the spring. Bless you. Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Thailand, Philippines, and Malaysia just opened in September. They've done over $800 million since the launch of the company. And look at the recent growth. Okay, for timing, for people that are looking, you know what, gee, you know, Amway is a great concept, but I think you might have missed the boat a little bit, you know. In 2016, they had gotten up to a point of 79 million, right? In 17, they did 84 million. Look what happened in 18. It was a big jump. And 126, do you think that's an aberration? A blip? It's not a blip. They're going to come in about 170, 179 million for last year. We've garnered a momentum. This is the moment when people network marketing dream of. It's not just doing this. It's doing this when it's already 10 years old and stable. We're post-risk. As we say, most companies are gone by now. That production facility, if it runs 24 hours a day, can produce $800 million of Redox a year. $800 million. Well, we're going to blow past $800 million. So when Bertus, I was father, and we started the company, Bertus was in charge of international strategy. Do you think strategy is important when you're going to run a company? He knew for a $36 billion company, traditional company, not network marketing. And Kraft Foods is what he was in charge of international strategy of that. He knew the day would come when we run out of, we wouldn't be able to produce enough. And this is a patented product. It has trade secrets. It is not reverse engineerable, and they don't want to produce this anywhere else. Right now, it's all produced in the U.S., and they want to keep producing in the U.S., right? But he had to build, see the blue floor on the bottom left picture? That's empty space. How many people have been through that building, right? You've seen it. They have enough room to put a second production line in because Vertus had it designed that way. They can double output to 1.6 billion in two weeks. And Kyle will go over numbers more towards the end. So we're post-risk, we're earning momentum. They pay us with no limits while we sleep. How many people would like to make money while they're sleeping? Do you think I had that as a doctor? No. You know what I had as a doctor? Stress. But they pay us because all those people that I showed you, 10, telling 10, or whatever example you want to use, every time they get their product from the company with a money back guarantee, they pay you every time. And I'm going to tell you, I love that. I love that. It is so liberating. Forget the amount of money that we make. It's the fact that you make it as you sleep. If I made $500 a month when I slept, would anybody say no to that? It's powerful. $500 a month when you sleep. So why do they pay us? To acquire customers, and along the way, we find people who want a better life. Who would like to have a better life? Right? That's what they pay us. Okay. So I put these pictures up here. This is obviously not the most important benefit, but this is a cellular health product. And it helps your body rejuvenate cells. Well, what's the skin made of? Cells. So you can see these changes, right? That's great. This is just to kind of grab your attention. That's great. You know? Now, this is a breakthrough, and breakthroughs always sound to the public too good to be what? Right? So I'll give you an example. I gave it the other night on the, I think I gave it the other night on the product call. So I'm Thomas Edison. What did I invent? So let's say it's nighttime and I invite all of you for a presentation. I need investors in my new invention. And the room is all lit. It's lit by candles and lanterns. And I say, I would like you all to invest in something. And what's your first question? What is it? I'll say, I've invented something that's called a light bulb. People are no longer going to have to light their room with a flame. Ever. They don't want to. Who wants to invest? Raise your hand. Nope, not a hand. Not a hand goes up. I draw a picture of a light bulb up here. I say, no, you don't understand. This changes things. This changes things forever. How many people want to invest? Nobody. There's one way that I can have every single person here empty every bit of their pockets and actually call home and say, bring every dime you have. How could I get you to do that? Turn the light switch. Blow out the candles and turn it on. What's that called? I'm giving you a what? Experience. And so I'm going to blow through this stuff really quickly because I want to get to the experience, because Tyler's going to come up and he's more important than me talking about this. I want to get him up here. But this is a breakthrough. Just because you never heard of it doesn't mean it's not here. Huffington Post, 3.5 years ago, 5 emerging technologies in science that will shape our lives in the coming years. There are 5 of the craziest game-changing technologies that are starting to take off in 2016. I showed you the numbers, right? It says, pay attention. Some of these will shape our lives in the coming years. Well, I didn't know what 1, 2, 3, and 5 were, but pretty fascinating. But I did know what number 4 was because I had been drinking it since 2011. And this is patented. We own it. We own this space. This is a cellular health company. I put there are 9 products total. I put most of them here. There's a nutritional component. We need it. You need nutrition. You can drink a sea all day. If you don't eat, you're going to die. You need nutrition. The nutrition we get from foods is not sufficient. I don't have time to go through the nutrition today. I just want to make you aware of it, okay? But we own this space, the Redox space. So, what is it? ASEA is the drink. Renew 28 is the gel. Can everybody see the little tubes up here? Is anybody wondering what that's for? Some of you know what it's for. So I'll say in a minute. So what is it? Let's talk about what it isn't. It's not a vitamin, mineral, antioxidant, juice, oil. Certainly not a drug. It's created its own category of product. It has created its own new category of product. And those products can do something that nothing else can do because they contain something that nothing else contains. Except what? You. Yeah, this is in you. And as good as this is, as important this is, as important this is for your gut health, as important as comes from fish, important as this is, you don't have it in you, but you have this in you. But guess what? You had more of it when you were a child. Does anybody have more energy now than they did when they were 6? Does anybody go faster than they did when they were 6? Something happens to us as we age, and that's the breakthrough that this is. Oh, by the way, we talked about drugs. There's 4 things about this product, and then 5 if you're an athlete that make it a no-brainer to try it. One is it's a money-back guarantee. Well, my dad with his prostate, I didn't care about that. I cared about what? Could it help him, and could it what? Hurt him. No risk. 3 things about a drug that can hurt you. Anybody allergic to a medication? Raise your hand. It could kill you. Right? Can't be allergic to this. Why? It's in us. Right? 2, you take too much of a drug, you get sick because your liver can't metabolize it fast enough. If you take too much more of any drug, what happens to you?
You die.
You die. It's called what? Overdose. You don't just overdose on heroin, you overdose on aspirin. You overdose on anything. You can't overdose on this. There's no toxicity. If you drink too much of it, it's not metabolized by your liver. Your body says, I have enough. You know what it does to the excess? It turns it back into what? Saline. What are our cells filled with? And this is very different than a drug. And third, with drugs, you have to worry about interaction. How many people know people that take more than one medication? You know, you got to worry about this drug will interact with this. This doesn't interact with anything. So it makes it so easy to make a decision to try it because people don't. Look, let's say somebody's got really low mood, and the mood is so bad that they can't even get out of bed anymore, and they're crying all day. And then they go to the doctor and they give them a pill. And the pill gets them out of bed, but they're still not happy. They've still got problems, and they have side effects from the pill. You bring this to somebody, you can't say it's going to help their mood, but it's like, it can't what? It can't hurt. They don't have to say, oh God, I can't take the chance of stopping the pill and going back into my bed and crying. I can't stop. No! Just based like everything about your health, your mood, your sleep, your energy, ringing in your ears. Do you walk into a room and a dog makes you sneeze? Based on everything about your health, take pictures of your skin and start taking this product because it doesn't interfere with anything at all. There's no interference. And now it's 4 things I mentioned. The 5th safety thing is for athletes because there's no banned substances. So it makes it a no-brainer to try the product. So, what is it? It's the world's first and only cell signaling supplement. So there's the drink, there's the gel, there's the serum. It's called redox signaling molecules. That's what this is. Redox stands for reductant and oxidant. Signaling stands for signaling molecules. There you go. It's a simple product, I'm telling you. So there's over 1,200 textbooks on redox biochemistry. There are journals on redox biochemistry. You go to PubMed.gov, you'll see I think it's almost 20,000 studies now on redox signaling molecules. The science did not exist when I was in school in the 80s. I went to the University of Maryland, biology degree, Chicago, podiatry, and we knew. I'll show you. We knew that these little molecules existed, but there was no known function. So what are they? This represents a cell in the body. Our cell is filled with what? Blood water. In our cells, we have the nucleus, and we have also something called the mitochondria. And we have thousands of them in our cells. Well, we had thousands when we were children. We had so many of these, and who knows what the mitochondria produces? ATP. What do we use ATP for? Fuel. Food is the power plant in the cell because our proteins and carbohydrates and fats go into the mitochondria through this thing called the Krebs cycle, which we're not going to go into. And we produce this molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and we burn that for fuel. I lift my arm, I burned ATP. I jump up in the air, I burned ATP. I blink my eyes, I burned ATP. I have a thought in my head, it's ATP. That was the only known function of the mitochondria. But during the production of ATP, there was these little spin-off products we were taught in school, just byproducts called reductants and oxidants. Reductants have a negative charge, oxidants have a positive charge. It's no longer, they're made from saline, they're not salt and water anymore, because salt and water do not have a charge, but reductants do and oxidants do. No known function. But I researched this with my father in December of 2010. I saw the literature and said, wow, in the 90s they discovered a function for these little molecules. What do? You know what they do? They amplify the signal. They make it loud and clear. It makes it so our cells can talk to one another. I don't know if we're going to have time to have people come up and give a lot of testimonials, but if you line people up and they share what they've seen happen, you know, lung, liver, kidney, sleeping, weight, you're like, well, what's common out? You know what's in common? Every health issue a person can have is a cellular problem. If you have a prostate problem, it's prostate cells. If you have a skin problem, it's skin cells. A brain problem, it's brain cells. And what redox molecules do in your body is this. I'm simplifying this, guys, because there's double-blind studies showing this turns genes back on, which is intracellular communication. I'm simplifying this. Let's say you have healthy cells in your brain. Who has healthy cells in their brain?
I do.
Are you sure? All right. Who has healthy cells in their kidney? Right?
Yeah.
Who has healthy cells in their pancreas? Who doesn't have healthy cells in their pancreas? Look, raise your hand if anybody's got a problem with sugar. Right? That's not brain cells you have a problem with, it's what? Pancreas. So you got pancreas cells, most of us have healthy cells for producing insulin. And there's other reasons for diabetes, insulin resistance, so forth. I'm just talking about not producing enough insulin. Well, when a cell dies, and our cells die, let's say you have a cell right now, all of us have cells dying in our pancreas. We have cells dying in our retina. We have cells dying in our lung. Our cells die, and they need to be replaced with good cells. Cell dies, it's no good anymore. The body wants to get back to being like this, producing insulin, or else you got a problem. It's not producing insulin anymore. But we don't all get diabetes. Why? Because a signal is sent by the good cell to the immune system saying, hey, we got a problem down here in the pancreas. Immune system cell gets the signal, comes down, kills it, called apoptosis. It's called cell suicide. Dissolves it, cures away the lymph, and the good cell replicates itself. And then you have a healthy cell. What's the most important thing that happens in that process? Well, there's several important things. Number one, the bad cell has to be what? Detected. Who detects it? The good cell. And then what? The good cell calls for what? Help. That signal better reach the immune system, right? The immune system cells come down. It's like a cell phone. It does amazing things. Oh, there are a bunch of applications up here. That's great. All you guests, you're going to be able to sign up and get free product. That's nice. But your cell phone can do a lot of things. I can call my wife down in Florida right now. I can order a pizza. Anybody want a pizza? Me too. But let's just say I see Risa fall down, God forbid, and she's grabbing her chest. What's the first thing I'm going to do? And they're going to come. God willing, she's okay. But what happens if I don't have good signal? What happens? They can't hear me. She's lying there. It's the same thing in your body. Your good cell calls for help. Calls for help. If the signal isn't loud enough, the immune system doesn't take care of the problem, and a bad cell remains, and then you have a disease. Redox molecules don't heal you. They amplify the signal. So the immune system does not care if it's a liver cell, kidney cell, lung cell, uterus cell, breast. Doesn't make any difference to the immune system. It just has to get the signal, right? That's the beauty of this product. It amplifies the signal. It's identical to what's in us. Your levels have gone down. The reason why you want to drink it is because at puberty, guess what? Guess what we start having less of? Mitochondria. You start having less. Good. Maybe that's why we have less energy. But maybe it's also why a child can fall off their bicycle and skid in a couple of days. They're fine. Right? But if you're 60 and you fall off your bicycle, are you fine in a couple of days? Because the signal's gone down. Does that make sense? It's just a very simple way to understand how something that sounds too good to be true can be true. Okay, so we jump here. Company sends the product out for third-party validation. I am not going to go through all this. Ask the person that introduced you, because I got to do something real quick. I got to get some people up here in a minute. But all sorts of third-party validation, double-blind studies, all of it. There's webinars, videos explaining this, and the person introduced me to you can help you with that. How to drink the product? Look, We want the light bulb to go on for you. Thomas Edison, I'm not asking you to invest your money. We ask you to invest your time. You're not buying product inventory to sell it. You're buying product for you to use, right, for yourself, and you're going to tell people about it. But we want you to have an experience as fast as possible. Best way to have an experience fast as possible with the drink, commit to 90 days. 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to know it's real within 1 day. But baseline everything in your health, like I said, and start drinking the product. 4 ounces a day, 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces at night. Hold it in your mouth for 60 seconds before you swallow it. After 1 week, you went through 1 bottle. Reassess. We don't make any claims. I will tell you, about 15% of people are like, wow. 15% say, wow. What do the other 85% say? Nothing. Those people should double it to what we call the magic 8 temporarily, go to 8 ounces a day. Double it until you have your wow, and then decrease it. I drink 8 ounces a day every day. How many people here drink 4 ounces a day? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Look around the room, everybody, so you get an idea. How many people drink 6 ounces a day? How many people drink 8 ounces a day? How many people drink 12 ounces a day? A few people. Anybody drink half a bottle a day? Look, because they have more serious issues. Anybody drink a bottle a day in this room? Before surgery. Yeah. Yeah. When I travel to Asia, I'm going to be traveling a long way, and I drink a bottle a day for 2 or 3 days beforehand. So that's the best way to take it. Okay, that's why in the first month, each case, how many bottles in a case? 4. Get 2 cases per person the first month, so you have enough to double it. If you only get 4 bottles, and you double it at day 7, you'll be out of your product in 2.5 weeks. It'll be gone. Again, I'm cutting this short. I'm not going through the authorship program, loyalty points, all of this. The person introduced to you will bring it to you, because this really is about having Tyler here. Okay, so I'm not going to have time to do testimonials, but I'm going to do something else. If you're a guest, could you please stand up again? I'm going to give you a gift. Stand up. Every guest stand up. Remain standing. Raise your hand if you know somebody that has something that hurts them. Okay. Raise your hand if that someone is you. Keep your hand up if you are feeling it hurting right this moment. Not this morning, not yesterday, right now. Okay. Would you mind coming up? Please. I'm just going to randomly go around. Come on, you could come up, please. Okay. Come on up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 7. Come on, right up on the stage here. Thank you. Just go stand in front of that chair down there, or just line up. However you guys want to come up, just line up in front of the chair. Okay. This is so important, and Tyler's going to give me 5 minutes to get this done. Tyler, have you ever seen this? Never seen it before, right? All right, I have 10. How many do I have? Come on up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more? Okay, come on. I can only take 10. And then you can do it in your seat afterwards. We have a gift for everybody, okay? So while they're standing, could someone please give those other guests some of these samples so they can have it in their chair? Who can do that for me? Thanks. Okay. I think that'll be enough. Okay. So everybody's got behind them. They've got one of these big tubes. We're not giving the big tubes away. We've got little samples. I'll open them up. And what I'm going to do is give one to everybody here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know where they're at. The big ones. Thank you. These are going to be giveaways. Who still needs samples? Don't use it yet. Don't use it. Don't open it yet. Don't use it yet. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. So one thing you can do is go ahead and shake it up, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. What did Thomas Edison invent? we're gonna do. And Tyler's like, what the heck is he doing? What is he doing? Okay, so here's what I'm doing. Okay, the gel is marketed for wrinkles, right? It was sent for studies at Dermatest in Germany. They found in 28 days, this is what it does for wrinkles. Great. No toxicity, no Botox. The highest rating they give a product is 5 stars, 5 stars. When people use it for skin issues, we can't say it's going to help any skin condition. But what we can say is, you can keep using your medicine if you want, but this product certainly, you can keep using it. This product can't what? It can't hurt. So just keep doing what you're doing. If you plateaued with your condition, just take pictures. And just, if it works for you, it's a miracle. That's all. We can't claim it helps anything. Here's the powerful thing. Raise your hand if you're one of those people that say you'd like to have a better life. More money, more time freedom, not worry about retirement, not worry about having to be a greeter at Walmart when you're older. Right? Nothing wrong with that, but I don't think anybody's thrilled about the thought. Right? Knowing that this is real today, in this room, like with Thomas Edison, the light bulb going on, is pretty important. How many people would put their reputation on the line if they didn't have some sense that it was real? Would anybody put their reputation on the line? When you order your product, and you get your product, do the drink for how long? 90 days. For God's sakes, take the gel and try what I'm going to show you right now. Now, I'd be a fool to do this if I didn't kind of know what I'm going to see. Do I know any of you? And did I give you your $20 already? And I don't know who's in really bad pain here, so forgive me. I'm sorry. I know you might be hurting right now. This is all I want you to do. So, if you look at this, it's called the 10-minute challenge. So we've got chairs here. Every one of these people is just going to state their name, what part of their body hurts, on a scale of 1 to 10. We don't use the word pain. Never use the word pain as a medical term. Just say discomfort. People that are standing there, did you get your samples? Okay, somebody's got to get more samples out. Please do. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here's what you do. Everybody ready? So we go down. I'm going to give you the microphone. I'll hold it there. We don't have a lot of time. I got to get Tyler up here. All I want to know is what part of your body is hurting, and on a scale of 1 to 10, what is it? Does anybody here have a shoulder problem? Shoulder. Okay. The shoulder is what I like to do is say how high can you go, and that's an 8. I've done this with people, and they say that's an 8, and then if they're kind of close-minded, and 10 minutes later, I'll say how you feeling. Nah, it's still an 8. So you want to have this, okay? So what you do is you rate it on a 1 to 10. You're going to apply the gel 3 times in 5 minutes. You're going to sit down and do it. We're going to do some housekeeping here. In 10 minutes, you're going to come back up, and you're just going to tell me how you feel. And everybody has to promise you to be honest. Okay? Will you be honest? Okay. Everybody promises to be totally honest, right? Don't make me feel better if it's not better. Okay. So, what's your name and what's hurting you and what level?
My name is Steve. My shoulder and my traps are about 5.
Okay. Can somebody write it down? Would you jot it down, Lynn? Steve, shoulder trap 5.